Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Tune 215, and right now we're in the state of Louisiana. We're in the city of Shreveport. We're going to be doing a driving tour of the Queensborough neighborhood. Right now we're in Queensborough. It's a relatively large neighborhood. It is laid out in grid format, which means with the exception of the highway running right through Queensborough, we should be able to zigzag left and right without a problem. It's 66 degrees right now. We got pretty clear skies. It's nice weather. It's supposed to be like a 69 high today. Right now we are currently in a residential neighborhood. I see a lot of debris, a lot of trash. We have some lots on our left, on our right. We have what looks to be like an boarded up building. I was gonna say an abandoned building, but I don't know. I'm unsure if somebody's living in it. It does have several boards on the windows. We're gonna continue traveling forward. We're on Merwin and Virginia. Merwin and Virginia. Just past the 3800 block of Virginia Ave. We got a boat on my right hand side. We have one-story houses on our left, on our right. They have lawns. They do have sidewalks on the left. On the right, it doesn't appear like they have sidewalks. I see another abandoned house on my right. They don't seem to all come equipped with garages. They may or may not have a garage. I saw one with a garage, but I don't know if it was optional. We have another bando on my right-hand side. We're at Merwin and Portland Ave, the 3800 block of Portland Ave and Merwin. So I'm going to make a right-hand turn. Let's make this right-hand turn on Portland. We have Claiborne Fundamental Elementary School behind us on our left-hand side. This is their schoolyard on our left. They got a playground, jungle gym, a field, basketball court, and so on. We're gonna make this right-hand turn on Emory Street, Portland Ave, and Emory. So I see some greenery, trees, bushes, lawns, some weeds, another abandoned up house on my right-hand side. The houses, some of them appear to be check out the group of kids hanging out on my right, just chilling. Some of the homes appear to be finished in vinyl siding, while others have brick, and some have wood siding, like wood panels. All right, so we're on Virginia Ave, the intersection of Emory and Virginia. Right now we're driving down the 2600 block of Emory. We have a gentleman taking a walk in the side of the street. Some blue jeans, some Nikes, and he had a tank top on, taking in the sun. So to give you comparison, right now it's 69 degrees here. There's another abandoned house on my left. Right now it's 69 degrees here in Shreveport. In Philadelphia, I believe it is about 16 degrees. And they have, who knows, probably about a foot of snow. They just had a snowstorm. We have a lot on my right-hand side that's connected to King Cone, snow cones, and smoked chicken salads and ribs. They sell like turkey legs, turkey necks, and all that stuff there. That was a little food, like a food shack. We're on Hearne, H-E-A-R-N-E Ave, and we're on Quinton Street, the intersection of Hearne and Quinton. Need help? It looks like there is a counseling center on our left for depressed, anxious, angry, alcoholic, drug abuse, and so on. People who may have issues with those things. There's a lot for sale on my right hand side. There's two lots for sale on my right hand side. We're traveling about 11 miles per hour. Many of the homes are raised. I got another boarded up house on my right. Now the thing about the boarded up homes is that I don't know if there's people still living in them. We had a trampoline on my right with kids just hanging out on the trampoline. We're at Virginia and Quinton, the 2600 block of Quinton. We have another boarded up house on my left hand side and another boarded up house on my right hand side. that's actually wide open. There's another house on my right hand side that's, I would say, I was gonna say abandoned, but I don't know. There's another border up one on my left. See, the reason why it's kind of confusing is because there's vehicles parked next to them, so I don't know if they're just in that rough of shape that they look like they're boarded up, may or may not be abandoned, but then there's people that might still be living in them. We had 2 residents on the left-hand side that were cleaning up the street, sweeping up, raking. They had a rake, collecting leaves. We're at Portland and Quinton, 2500 block of Quinton, 3900 block of Portland Ave. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn. It looks like they have an alley. Let me see what the alleyway looks like. The alleyway is full of bushes and stuff. I don't think they have a complete alleyway that goes through the back of the block. Alright, so right now we are currently on DuPont Street. DuPont. We got a Stingray on my right hand side. Was that a Corvette? Some of the driveways have several vehicles. There's another one on my left that's boarded up. It says no parking, keep out, no trespassing. We're at Virginia, DuPont and Virginia. We're gonna take this 1 block up and then make a left-hand turn so we can come down Regent Street. We got huge lots on my right and a lot on my left. It looks like it's connected to a property. We got a pile of trash on my left-hand side. Looks like somebody dumped. Oh, and there's a house that's burnt. There was a burnt up house right here on my left-hand side. Toasted. I'm talking about roasted. We got a KFC on my right-hand side. Superior Hand Wash and Detail across the street on my right-hand side. We got the Christian Temple Ministries on the left-hand side. I'm gonna plug up my charger, so give me a hairline of a second in case you guys hear a clip. That was that clip. So I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Hearn, the 4000 block of Hearn. I just have to approach with caution. There's a lot of traffic. Now, if you hear the air conditioner, that's because I'm trying to keep the device cool. It's a sunny day. I don't want the device to overheat. So if you hear some wind ambience, that's the air conditioner. There's a sign on my right-hand side that reads, "Welcome to Ingleside." I don't know if that used to be the original name of the church or whatever was there on that building. We're at Regent and Hearn. Regent is dedicated to Robert Clark. The street right here. Regent Street is dedicated to Robert Clark. We have a Metro PCS store on my right-hand side. So under some of their driveways, I see the water runoff. It's like pipes. I had a gentleman on my right sitting out front, sitting on a foldable chair. But yeah, there's like a little canal almost in front of some of the properties. On the left-hand side, we have another boarded up house. We're at the intersection of Virginia Ave and Regent Street. On my right-hand side, we have a beautiful motorcycle. It's purple, it's like a candy purple. And then we have several individuals hanging outside. Check out that motorcycle though. Beautiful color. We got a Chevy right here sitting on some big boy rims, like some 26s, 28s. We're back on Portland Ave, the 4100 block of Portland Ave. So all of this in front of us seems to be shrubs, trees, and bushes. but that's probably the backside of the Caddo Iron and Supply Company, which is right in front of here. And on our right, you got the rear end of the Sabbath Collision Center. I think there's a railroad right behind this road right here that runs and separates the two sides of the area. Mansfield Road runs back there. I'm gonna make this right-hand turn on Portland. And matter of fact, as you can see on my left-hand side, there's a railroad track on my left-hand side. On my right, you have sofas. People came back here and just dumped their sofas on the side of the road. This is behind a property. The property looks boarded. And again, we have more furniture on my right and junk on my left. I have a vehicle behind me, so I'm gonna just speed it up just a little bit because I don't wanna hold them up. We have a boarded up house on my right hand side. You see that purplish blue one? On my right is boarded up. Missing windows too. So I'm gonna make this right on Virginia Ave, and I'm gonna take Virginia Ave up just so we can allow this person to pass. And then we're gonna cross deeper into Queensborough after the 20 highway, Interstate 20. Remember I was saying earlier that the interstate highway separates two portions of the neighborhood? Well, it's this portion, which is like the bottom corner portion, and then you got the other half past the highway. So we have a bunch of debris right here on my left-hand side. I don't know if, oh, and on my right-hand side. I was gonna say, I don't know if the bag's ripped open, but then again, looks like it's just thrown everywhere. We're at DuPont in Virginia. We're gonna continue traveling up Virginia. So they have pretty big yards. The yard space looks pretty big. I haven't seen anything bigger than a one-story here. There goes that abandoned building on my right-hand side, boarded up. A white building, you see it? That looks like it could have been possibly 1.5 stories because of the attic. You got an RV inside the yard on my right, a trailer. We're at Emory and Virginia. We got the same young gentleman taking a walk up the block from earlier. Another boarded up building on my left hand side. Many boarded up buildings thus far. The first 10 minutes into the tour, we see tons of boarded up buildings. We're passing Merwin. We're at Queens Highway and Claiborne Ave. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Claiborne Ave. Queens Highway runs on a right, but we're not gonna go right. We got the Cajun Inn on my right-hand side. We got what looks to be like another boarded up building right here on my left-hand side. This green one is boarded up. We got a Raceway gas station on my left-hand side. I'm gonna merge right because I want to make a right-hand turn and cross the highway. On my right-hand side, you got Interstate 20 East and Interstate 20 West, which will take you to either Dallas or Monroe. But we're gonna go under this highway and then we're gonna cross deeper in. I'm gonna try to like bump past the highway and go more towards where the actual neighborhoods are at. So we'll probably make a left on like Penick Street, Penick, P-E-N-I-C-K. So in about 2 or 3 blocks, I'm just gonna make this right-hand turn so we can get past this highway. Because if we stay close to the highway's gonna continue to break us up, and I don't wanna have to keep running around the same blocks. We got a Wendy's on my left-hand side. The Raceway gas station got gas for $2.99 per gallon. Now in comparison, someone in my comment section informed us that California gas prices right now are $5 a gallon. That is mind-blowing, especially considering that we're using an RV to pull this. And the RV has a 55-gallon tank, so you do the math. 55-gallon tank at $5 a gallon. That's not a good deal. not a good deal at all. So, trying to remain positive, guys. We got a tire shop on my left-hand side. On my right-hand side, we got hot donuts. Now, we just passed one of the highways. That's 20, Interstate 20. We could start exploring here, but the thing is there's also another little speedway in front of us that is gonna run us off. Kind of like a highway per se, like a main road. I'm trying to get to the residential area, you know, the homes. On our right, we got the Willis Knighton Medical Center. On our left, we got a service tire business. And we're passing a subway. There's a subway on our sharp left. Y'all can't see, but it's off the camera. There's a gas station on my left. Regular gas is going for $3.19 per gallon. It looks like an unmarked gas station. We got medical scrubs on our left-hand side. I guess they sell scrubs, Cindy scrubs, and Caddo Animal Clinic on our left. We got more of the Eye Institute and that Willis Knighton Center. So we're gonna pass this road right here. The medical center entrance was on my right-hand side. And on this block right here, we're gonna make a left-hand turn. We turn left on Spruce. I'm one block shy of where I wanted to turn at, but it's okay. We got the Neurosurgical Associates on our left-hand side and Spectrum Neurology. On my right-hand side, we have Queensborough Elementary School. They have a large green space for the kids to play in. It looks like a playground, several benches. They have 2 playgrounds. We have a little building right here on my left-hand side that looks boarded up. I don't know if it might be in service. Word in Action Ministry. No, so they just sealed up some of the windows with bricks, but maybe that's just so they didn't have to replace windows and more protection. There's a church on our left though. So right now we're currently on Missouri Ave. I'm gonna lower the air 1 notch and then I'm gonna turn it off. So now we're at Milton in Missouri. This is the playground on my right-hand side that I was mentioning about Queensborough Elementary School. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on the 2800 block of Milton, and this is where our grid format begins. The next, I would estimate 9 blocks or so are in a perfect grid format like in Philadelphia. So those of you who are new to the channel that don't understand what a grid format is, a grid is simply streets that run across each other continuously for, you know, a couple acres and or miles. So it's like a grid. You know, you put a whole bunch of lines going left to right, you put a whole bunch of lines going you know, bottom to top or up to down, and you get, you know, like a checkerboard. Well, there you go. So this is like a checkerboard, and we're going to be trying to follow the streets. Neighborhoods like this are easier to tour virtually than neighborhoods that have, you know, alternate entrances to other segments of the neighborhood, different veins and arteries. Those are a little bit more complicated. We're at Milton and Kentucky Ave. Milton is dedicated to Miss Mabel Smith, the 2900 block of Milton. So right now we're traveling westbound. Behind us is eastbound. On our right is northbound. In front of us, well, on the left side of us is southbound. We just passed another abandoned building. And there's another one on my right, boarded up. We're at Alabama Ave. Milton and Alabama. So again, to sound a little bit more clear than I did before, we're traveling westbound. Behind us is eastbound. On our right is northbound. On our left is southbound. The houses on my left appear to be a little bit more raised. They have their own little staircase that goes upstairs. The ones on my right are more at street level. Wow, there was some vintage antique cars inside this garage that we just passed. We got a little Smartie on our right hand side with Texas tags over here in Louisiana. That's our twin. They ain't gonna come outside or they're gonna see through the window. They gonna think somebody drove off with their car. So another boarded up house on the left, but there was a vehicle next to it. We're at Exposition and Milton. So I'm wondering if, maybe there's like carpenters, contractors who come in who's working on the house. So that's why there's a car parked next to it. So the streets are not asphalt. They're done with like cement and gravel. We got another bando on our left. Check out this little Ford van bus on our left. And we got another bando on our left hand side too, right down the corner. You see on our left? Now it looks like a bando. It's boarded. Some of the windows are open, but there's a truck right out front of it. So I really don't know. And there's chairs out front and everything. So maybe that's just the living conditions. I don't know. I'm uncertain. I'm not a resident here, so I wouldn't be able to confirm if yes, somebody's living in the house, or no, somebody's not living in the house. We have two gentlemen about to have a conversation right here on our right hand side. We just finessed our way in between that Dodge. Alright, we're at Murtis. We're gonna continue traveling straight. Murtis and Milton. Got a mattress on my right hand side. Speaking of mattress, on the way over here, there was a gigantic mattress in the slow lane, like right in the middle of the slow lane. And we were driving. We were doing probably, I was doing under the speed limit. I was probably doing like 60, which is a good thing, because the speed limit here is 75. And the truck in front of us, since they're tall, they went right over it, and we didn't realize till last minute that there was a mattress, like, you know, I would say like a 10, 11 inch, maybe 12 inch wide mattress, you know, or thick, you know, like the thickness. It was like a queen bed right on the middle of the highway, yo. We like suddenly slowed down, but I cleared my rear view. I made sure nothing was behind me, but then I was trying to merge left, so the cars behind me when it hit me. The car on the left lane was phew, went by, and then the car behind me saw us slow down, so he went around us, phew, so we was like trapped. And I was like, we was already at probably like 7, 8 miles an hour. So I had to take one to the chin, and I had to drive right over it, because we're on the highway, you know? You're not supposed to stop in the middle of the highway. But it must have flew off somebody's truck. We just passed Grove Ave, but it was crazy, y'all. Like, that could have been an accident. And we got it on camera too, which is the crazy part. We got it on camera. Got a car on my right, under a cover that has like some like 26s. It's like a classic. We're at Jewella and Milton. We got American Tuxedo on our left hand side at Steve's Cleaners. There's a daily lunch special brisket, ribs, and chicken spot on our right. House and Smoke Seafood on our right hand side. Now we're gonna make this right hand turn on Catherine. This is actually the border of the neighborhood. Jewella, we're on Jewella Ave. Jewella Ave is the border of the neighborhood. So once you get out of Jewella, then you're out of the neighborhood. We have an older model camper van on our right, an RV. We have a couple residents on our left, couple residents on our right hand side. Speed limit is 24 miles an hour. I'm doing, I would say, about 11 miles an hour. We're currently traveling down Catherine Street. We're at Grove and Catherine, 3600 block of Catherine, 2600 block of Grove Avenue. Area protected by Neighborhood Watch. That's what the sign reads. They have driveways. Some of these have garages over here. This area looks a little bit, I would say, cleaner than the introductory area where we were at, where there was all the debris a few blocks away. So on the map in the neighborhood, Queensborough, this is like the western part of Queensborough. We came from the southeastern part of Queensborough. We're at San Jacinto, Catherine and San Jacinto. Another boarded up house on my right hand side, and then you got a driveway filled with people working on their vehicles. We got a house for sale on my right hand side, 3421 Catherine Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. In case you guys want to know what that property is valued at. This house on my left, the porch looked like it was coming in. Check out that old wheelbarrow wheel, whatever that is right there in the corner. That's cool. We're at Murtis, 2700 block of Murtis and Catherine. We're going to continue traveling up the 3400 block of Catherine. We have a newer looking, oh wow, the front of the panels. Oh man, that door is wide open. I was going to say we have a newer looking vinyl sided home, but like there was a giant hole in all the vinyl siding. Now it is a two-way street, which means left lane, right lane. I'm driving right in the middle to give you guys a somewhat better vantage point. But when vehicles come, I gotta get back on my lane. We're at McCutcheon and Catherine, spelled MC, capital C, UTCEON. Huge lots. Looks like plenty of real estate still available in the area. We have a construction service business on our left, DM Construction Service LLC. Interior and exterior work. We have some rugs on our right they disposed of. There's a little bridge on my right hand side that connects two pieces of land. Little S10 on our left, a little green S10. I used to have an S10 just like that. They have a lot of tree cuttings on the left. It looked like they trimmed the tree and they left the cuttings on the ground. The gentleman on our left is cleaning his big boy truck. We're at Alabama and Catherine, 2700 block of Alabama. There was two boats discarded in the lot on my left. Two like small canoe boats. There's another abandoned house on my right for rent. Wow. They're renting an abandoned house on the intersection of Kentucky and Catherine. Kentucky and Catherine, right on the corner. Look, we got this little RV right here on our left, a little camper. Looked like a pop-up. Yeah, it looked like it was a pop-up camper, but they turned it into a food business, y'all. Wow, that's what I call innovation. Like, they're trying. Seriously. You know the pop-up campers, you can find them used. You could tow them on an SUV, but you can find them used for about $1,000 to like $5,000. New, they cost a couple bucks, like 8, 9, 10 grand. But we're at Arkansas and Catherine. We got another abandoned house right on my right-hand side. That one right there in the corner. Busted windows, boarded up doors, everything. So they took that camper that's normally supposed to pop up. It's like, you know, it opens and then it collapses so that you can transport it easily. Oh, we got a nice classic on the left. And what they did was they took like a 2x4 and they sealed it up. They built a frame with some plywood and they sealed up the pop-up nature to it, so it no longer pops up. Now it's just stuck out. But I saw they had a whole countertop full of mustards, ketchups, like all the, you know, the things that you would need in like a little restaurant. So I guess, you know, they sell food on the go. Probably park that up in a popular area and sell food. So we got Queensborough Elementary School on my right-hand side. I'm gonna turn on the air again. Huge lot on my left-hand side, directly across the street from the school. On our left, we got Loud Family Dentistry. We'll be passing it. I'm just gonna make this left-hand turn. Gotta be careful, we still got cars coming. One more car and then I could go. Alright, we just made a left-hand turn. We're currently on Hearn Ave. That's Loud Family Dentistry on our left. Loud as in noise. Loud. We're at Hearn and what's this? Frederick? Let me double check. Yup, Frederick Street. Traveling about 11 miles per hour. We're traveling westbound. Look at this house on my left hand side. It caved in. I don't know if it was a fire. I don't know what the case is, but that's a condemned home. You can't live in that. The whole roof came down. It lost its integral structure. I just took a sip of some high quality H2O. We're at Frederick and Missouri Ave. I'm gonna cross over. We just crossed Missouri Ave. We have a church on my right hand side, Christ Temple. Check out the roof on my left. That has to be one of the nicest houses I've seen in this neighborhood thus far. Look at that. Yo, it almost looks like a hat, like a cap. You see it? Now that for sure is probably like 2-story, maybe even 2.5 story. Wow, that looks like it could be like an apartment, like a senior center or something, yo. It had a double door. We had another abandoned building on our left, boarded up. I'm gonna allow this older gentleman to ride his bicycle through. We're at Arkansas and Frederick. Gave him a wave. OG resident from the neighborhood. We got another house on my right that burned down. It's condemned. They got the notice sign on it. Another boarded up house on my right too. We got another abandoned house on our left hand side right here. 2931 Frederick Street, Shreveport, Louisiana is abandoned. It's an empty home, no windows. Looks like it needs some rehab work. We're passing Kentucky, as in Kentucky Fried Chicken. Another boarded up house on my right hand side. We got a house on the left with, it looks like probably roofing issues. We're at Alabama, 2600 block of Alabama Ave. Frederick and Alabama. We got another boarded up house on my right hand side. So as you guys can see, look at another boarded up on my right, another house, and it's for sale by owner. 3126 Frederick Ave, Shreveport, Louisiana is for sale by owner. So in case any of my viewers are watching and want to invest some money, you can contact that owner. There's a 2-story house on our left. One of the first, and they just made it. The windows have the new stickers and everything on it. There's another abandoned house right up there on my right hand side. You see right there? An Exposition and Frederick. There's no stop signs for us here, so that's why I don't know if you guys notice, like I'm slowly yielding, but I don't have to. Wow, they threw away some nice shelves right out there. There goes the repurposer in me who wants to pick them up. I just ain't got no space. Buddy on the left hand side got his Camaro. He's cleaning up his wheels. We got an abandoned house on my right hand side, boarded up. We're at McCutcheon and Frederick. We got another bando on our left hand side, or what looks to be abandoned. Again, there's a BMW in that driveway of the house that looks abandoned. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a new owner who's maybe coming and checking up on his home. Is that somebody that's just using the space as parking? Or is that the resident of the home and they just got a really nice looking BMW? Murtis. We're at Murtis and Frederick Street. We're going to continue traveling up Frederick, the 3400 block of Frederick Street. We had another bando on my right. Now again, some of these could be bandos, or I don't know if somebody's window got broken and a cheap fix, they get a piece of plywood and board it up. Whereas San Jacinto and Frederick, yeah, because some of them, they're boarded up. Like they got like 7-8 windows boarded, and unless it's for storm purposes, I don't know if this neighborhood was expecting like a tornado, and maybe they were trying to be safe and board up their windows and just left the boards on there. I don't know. I'm being positive. I'm being optimistic. But some of them that's boarded, they look like they're in really rough shape. Some of them even missing windows or broken windows. Like 2-3 broken windows. The door be wide open. You can see inside is gutted. Mercedes over here on my left in the driveway. See this block? See, so the closer, in this case, the closer west you get here, it looks like the better the houses get, because this block didn't have many abandoned houses. I don't recall me saying it had abandoned houses. We're at Grove and Frederick. We had a gentleman walk by with a red shirt walking his brindle dog. It looks like a brindle mix. We're at Frederick, the 3600 block of Frederick. See this side, look at on my left and on my right. This side looks a little bit more presentable. The lawns are pretty maintained. Some people have long decorations, lawn furniture. There's not as much trash. The houses appear to be in better shape. Yeah, this block right here didn't have no abandoned houses. So I guess it varies from block to block. We got Dr. D.L. Jordan on our left-hand side, an optometrist, glasses, and contact location. We got Max's Pawn Shop on our left-hand side. Let's make this right-hand turn on Judson, the 3600 block of Judson. Again, we're on the border, guys. This is the border, so we're not passing the border. That's why I love neighborhoods that are grid format and that are outlined, because you can literally stay within the boundary and the perimeter of the neighborhood and cover it a lot easier than you can with the ones that be going all over the place. Those need more than one sitting. We got another abandoned or boarded up house with missing windows. That one looks abandoned on my right. It had the blue awnings over the windows. We're at Grove and Judson. This house on my left-hand side has shutters for appearances, and it had bricks. Well, it still has bricks, but it's not in the original brick color. It looked like they opted to paint it. So the bricks are painted like baby blue, or like a real sky powder blue. Almost looks gray, to be honest. There was a house with the original bricks on our left. It looked cool. We have a family on the left-hand side on the steps just hanging out. The son looks like he's chilling with his mother at their Lexus. We're approaching San Jacinto Ave, Judson and San Jacinto. We got a gentleman on my right. This is the guy that was walking his dog. I don't know where his dog disappeared to. Where the dog went? Oh, the dog went back to the yard. It looks like there's a yard over there, so maybe he took him for a neighborhood walk. We're approaching Murtis Ave. So now back at Murtis Ave, we start to see some of the abandoned homes. On our left-hand side, we got an abandoned building. It's boarded up, but then again, that's capped. They might be restoring that one because it's boarded up on one side, right? But on this side, facing the street on Judson, it has brand new windows. So I wonder if gentrification is going to start taking place here. Yeah, the other side is boarded up too, but it has a few new windows. Either that or private investors are coming in, maybe residents. I don't know, residents are trying to acquire homes and bring them back to life. But you know what they say? They say now's the time to buy. Especially in an area like this where things are cheaper. Not a lot of people want to be here unless they're lifelong residents. There's a sofa thrown out right over there. But I'm not going to go right because it's going to cross our path. Look, we got another bando on our left. Gentleman right here cleaning up his pickup truck. older gentleman. Looked like he was probably in maybe his 50s, 60s. We got a couple more folks on our left, just hanging out. We have a huge pile of what looks to be like clothes, trash, things on my right-hand side. We got a yellow and red fire hydrant on our right, passing Exposition Ave in Judson. There's no stop sign here for us, so we're gonna slowly coast through it at 10 miles an hour. We got oncoming traffic on our right, the Infinity. We have some people sitting on the porch on my right. We have a little kid on my right-hand side. More boarded up houses on our right. Mitsubishi Montero Sport on what looks to be like some 20s. We got a few youngsters right here. Looks like with their older sibling or mother with their bicycle. And there was another band on our left we passed before the lady that was on the phone. And this band on our right that's boarded up. We're at Alabama Ave, the 2500 block of Alabama Ave, is still traveling down Judson. Right now we're traveling east. On our right is south, on our left is north, behind us is west. Baby blue house on our left looked like they were doing some paint work. We're at Kentucky Ave, Judson and Kentucky. Again, no stop sign here for us, but I'm slowing down. The house on my right has some boards on the window, but it looks like people could live in there. This one on my right is boarded up with broken windows. This one's boarded up on my right. Now again, I don't know if the boarded up means they left town and they're just leaving the house protected. We got a little Toyota Corolla, Too Fast, Too Furious over here. Another boarded up one on my left, but it looks like some of the windows are new. So that's what I'm saying. We're Arkansas and Judson. Maybe like some people left, they got homes in other towns, or they moved out and they just don't want to get rid of the family home, so they boarded up and like hold on to it and pay taxes for it. Another boarded up house on our right. On our left, we have a brick home with some pretty nice looking bricks. We got one with wood panels on our left that's really, really run down. The weather takes a toll on the paint and it cracks the paint. The paint starts to peel. Let's go down to Missouri. We have a vehicle behind me I didn't even notice about a second ago, so I'm gonna pass this. I'm gonna pull over and allow them to pass us in case they want to. Look at this house on my left with the clean garage in the back. Nice bricks. The Charger, the Dodge Charger. Garage on my right. Two-story on our left. You see that mint green house? Both of them, the baby blue and the mint green one, they're 2 stories. The mint green one looks like it needs a new paint job though. We got solar panels, solar energy at 2730. 2730 was the first house that I seen in this neighborhood with solar panel. 2730 Judson, Shreveport, Louisiana. Another 2-story building right here on the left, which might be 2.5 with the attic. We're at Hearn. All right, so Hearn Ave runs right through the Queensborough neighborhood. We got a church on our right-hand side, Bright Star Missionary Baptist Church. I'm gonna make this left-hand turn on Stonewall Street. The house on my right got boards on it, boarded up windows. They got sidewalks on both sides. They don't have the drain sewage thing below the driveway. I see some garages in the back of some of these. Some of these got garages in the back. But the one I saw looked a little run down, like the garage was wide open. The houses are raised. I'm believing that's because, you know, flooding and whatnot, storm purposes or whatever, because they're raised. It's like a mobile home that's raised on, not stilts, but like maybe a foot or 2 cinder block. We got New Inspiration Missionary Baptist Church on our left-hand side. The pastor is Samuel G. Orange Sr. Join us this Sunday. We're at Missouri Ave, Stonewall, Missouri. We had a gentleman on my right on a bicycle. Look at the house on my right. It's 2-story. We got bushes over here on the left-hand side. You see street side bushes? Flat top. Another boarded up house right here on my left, the pink one. Another house that's abandoned over here on my left. Nice little brick one on my left. We're in Arkansas. We got another boarded up house on my right hand side. We're at Kentucky Ave, the intersection of Stonewall and Kentucky Ave. No stop sign for us, but I'm still slowing down so that you guys can take in the environment. We got a trailer on my left-hand side. Looks like to tow cars or something, or maybe just to tow objects. We're Alabama and Stonewall. There's a sign on my left that reads, "Sell your home fast. Quick sale, fair price." Wow, you see? So there are investors looking into the area, guys. There's investors in this area. We got a trampoline on my left-hand side on the front lawn. We got a basketball court right here on my right-hand side. We got a carport on my left-hand side. Somebody has their own carport they can park under. With a garage. They got a carport and a garage. That's a 2-story home, too. We got a large 18-wheeler on my right. We're at Exposition in Stonewall. Lots, a few empty lots. There's a house for sale on my left-hand side. This light purple one is for sale. The address is 3227 Stonewall Street, Shreveport, Louisiana. You can Google that price if you want to see what it's worth. We're at McCutcheon and Stonewall. We got a nice older Chevy on our left-hand side, pickup truck. It had like a sticker on the windshield. I don't know if it was towed, a violation or something. Double car garage on my left, 3319. I'm gonna get out of the center of the street. We're at Murtis Ave. Murtis Ave. We got a car over here with the same green sticker violation the last car had. Right here. It's missing the front wheel. It's crashed. It got bullet holes in it, y'all. That car right there shot up. That car got bullet holes. I'm gonna snap a picture. Definitely got bullet holes in it. Yeah, that joint got shot up, y'all. So I don't know if that was shot at while they were in motion. There's a house for sale right here on my left. 3427 is for sale. I don't know if that was shot up while it was in motion and there was people in it. Another bando on my right. Or if somebody drove by here and started shooting and shot the car up while it was right there. But it had several bullet holes. Looked like a big caliber too, a big size bullet. Another bando on my right. We're at Grove Ave and Stonewall. We're gonna pass over Grove. lot on my right hand side. I'm sure an investor could come in, buy that lot, and then put a house there. Past the basketball court on my left. We got a gentleman on my left over here that's doing some looks like yard work. Oh, they're also installing windows at this house over here. 3635 is getting new windows. Maybe that's what he's doing right now. He's installing windows to somebody's house. We got a Baptist church in front of us at the borderline at Jewella Ave. That's probably the neighborhood Baptist church for this end. It looks like a nice location. Alright, so we're going to make a right-hand turn on Jewella, and then we're going to go to Darien. We got Woodley Real Estate on my right-hand side. We're going to make this right-hand turn. We're currently on Darien Street. Nice Tahoe on my right-hand side with some big wheels. And they got a little Crown Vic with some 20s. Got a nice dually truck on my right-hand side. F350 Super Duty. Alright, we're exiting the 3600 block of Darien, passing Grove Ave. Traveling about 13 miles an hour. Right now we're traveling eastbound. We're at San Jacinto. I guess you could say Jacinto, like with an accent, Jacinto. But it's spelled Jacinto. Could be like Jan Quinto, Jacinto. Some of the houses are, you know, nicely kept. Damn, wow, that two-story one boarded up. Though, yo, I swear, I looked at this one house. I'm in my head like, some of the houses are nicely kept. That house made me think about that. I drove by, all the side windows were boarded up. And I'm talking about like boarded right over the vinyl siding. We're at Darien and Murtis, 2200 block of Murtis. I see another smart car. Wow, a late model smart car parked in front of a boarded up garage. Another boarded up doorway on our left. Garage on my right hand side. Got a gentleman on my right hand side standing at his doorway, and we got property for rent on my left hand side. 3302 Darien, Shreveport, Louisiana is for rent. We're at Darien, and how would you say this again? McCutcheon. Or it could be McCutton. The CH could be silent. Greater Cornerstone Missionary Baptist Church on my left. This neighborhood does have a handful of churches. We're at Darien and Exposition. There's another abandoned house on my left-hand side. See it? And another boarded up one right here on my left. You know, sometimes those boarded up houses welcome people who, what do they call them? The people who, stoopers, people who like stay in a house past the grace period to a point where I believe they can take ownership of the home. Wow, the house on my left was mangled. There was a gigantic TV right out front. I will reverse, but let's keep this one pushing forward. You guys can pause it and check it out. We're at Darien in Alabama. We got 3 gentlemen in front of a vehicle over here. It looked like they might be doing some wheel work, maybe rotors, brakes. It's four guys doing something with the suspension. Nice truck on my right. A little bit too many accents for my taste, but pretty cool. Boarded up house on my left hand side, the green one. We're at Darien in Kentucky, passing 2200 block of Kentucky. I feel like from the beginning of the tour towards damn near the end of the tour, I've been saying abandoned house here, abandoned house there, boarded up house here, boarded up house there throughout the whole tour. We got a gentleman on my right hand side walking with a golf club. Either he's about to play a game of golf, or you better not mess with him. That's his protection. We're at Darien in Arkansas. We got 3 youngsters on my right hand side next to this Camaro. We got some trash over here on my left. Look like it's trash day maybe. They put a nice pile out front next to the trash can. We're in Missouri. Friendship House is located on the left hand side at the intersection of Darien and Missouri. 2300 block of Missouri. We're gonna continue traveling forward. We have what looks to be like a child with her older siblings. Could probably be older siblings, or maybe like the mom. I'm unsure. Another boarded up home on my left hand side with a nice car parked right in the driveway. I'm not a big fan of Infinitis, but it was ultra shiny. So I'm not sure if that person is living in the house or they're just a neighbor from across the street that knows nobody lives there, so let's park our car and use that as our driveway, or if it's somebody that's fixing the house, you know. Because think about it, if you buy a house that's run down for 7, 8, 9, 10 grand, 12 grand or whatever, right? And you go to fix it up, and every other couple weekends you go to maintain it to add little details, you might go in your regular normal car. So the front of your property might look the same. You might have a rundown property that you just bought for investment purposes, and then you park your brand new car right in front of it, and you're like, hold on, that doesn't add up. We just passed the Arcre on our right, Arcre Integra. Speaking of Arcre Integra, on our left hand side we got a property that's for sale. Another boarded up house on our right, and another boarded up one on our left. Sofa on our right. So about the Arcre Integra Type R, the year 2000, 2 of them just sold. The Type R, the year 2000, the 1999-2000 body, just sold. One sold for $61,000, the other one sold for 100 and I think 6,000, 108,000, over 100 grand at an auction. An all original one with like 7,000 miles, 7,000 miles, I think. Sold a Type R. Yep, mint condition for over 60 grand. One went for 60, I believe the other one went for over 100 grand for old Acura. We got a boarded up house on my right and a giant pile of trash here. But who makes Acura? Honda. Remember that. We're at Darien and Portland. Let's make this left-hand turn. We got a church on my right-hand side. The Jewel Street Missionary Baptist Church. Let's make this left-hand turn at West College Street. We're turning left on West College Street. Portland Ave and West College. Another abandoned house on my left. The houses on my left and on my right had chain link fence protecting their premises. There was just a piece of fence standing up over here. Wow. Maybe they stole the fence that was around this lot, because there's a lot of pieces of fence missing. We're at Virginia Ave and West College Street. So this neighborhood looks like maybe back in its heyday, it was beautiful. We got a boarded up house all on my right. See it? With a bunch of trash out here. There's some graffiti on this boarded up house on my left hand side that reads Blood Gang. JQB 59223. And I believe it says Moo or Who. I think it says Moo, M-O-O. I see a tag that says Spill and S-N-M. Alright, let's continue traveling forward. Green light. We just passed Hearn Ave. We passed Hearn Ave. We haven't passed Hearn Ave till then, but All right, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we just reached our 1 hour mark. I want to say thank y'all for watching. Please consider subscribing. Turn on that notification bell. This is your homeboy Tune, Mr. Tune Dollars, Tune 215. Y'all know Tune be chilling. You heard? And I'm tuning out.